What's going on, guys? Fighting Game Select is here, and Red Bull Kumite is literally around the corner. I feel like this is going to be one of the next exciting Street Fighter 6 tournament, and we're going to be having somebody that's going to be on a mic for all you fellas right there. Justin, what is good?
What is good? Yeah, I'm gonna be there commentating. But before the main event, they have two events. They have like the LCQ, which is a popular thing to do, like in like these days, right? Have a LCQ. But this play-in qualifier is also interesting because these are just qualifiers from like around kind of like the world from online, and like they get flown out to New York to play in one more bracket to try to get into Red Bull Kumite. So I think that's actually a pretty cool concept.
Let's go ahead and talk about the attendees for the LCQ.
Yeah, 256 people that's registered. And that's kind of tough, right? Because you obviously have the really, really great players that kind of like stand out from like the Street Fighter 5 days and also play Street Fighter 6. I think the one that really stands out to me right now is probably Kaba from like at least well known. There's also Dual Kevin, well known as well too.
Dual Kevin,
yeah. So there's
Chris CCH.
Yeah, Chris CCH. Because of that, like there's like those are two Capcom Cup qualifiers. There's JB with that Rashid.
And he's been playing so good.
He has. He killed it at the Capcom Cup LCQ, right? So
yeah.
But I would say my dark horse though might be I see Julio on here.
Even after the nerfs?
I think even after nerfs, he's gonna cook.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, cause like the thing is like, bro, he beat every top JP player in LCQ Capcom Cup. He beat Nemo. He beat VX Bao. Like he beat Ccio. Like he killed all the JPs, bro.
He did. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to say, man, because Kaba got literally Mena as like his training partner, and Mena has a JP as well.
It's true. Mena does have a JP, but after watching like kind of like Capcom Cup and everything, I see that Kaba actually has like kind of like a weakness. Like even though like Mena has a JP, Mena smoked his guy with JP, like smoked.
Yeah,
like,
it was bad.
It was bad. So I think like it's just something like you already have that evidence of a match. I don't think they have a match where like Julio just loses to a Guile. You know?
I want to put my money and faith in Zaffarino, man.
That Dawson?
Yeah, dog.
Man, that Dawson. Man. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I can see
but,
that.
You know, I also think he has a pocket Jamie, and I think that pocket Jamie can also be really good, especially with the changes that we talked about. I truly think that maybe, I don't know, man, having that duo and like, you know, being that dark horse, man. You know, I think he played so good against Yamaguchi, but you know, it was just really unfortunate of the drops in LCQ. But I truly think that, you know, with that confidence, playing good,
yeah,
and like being able to play like all those quality players while out in California, you know, I think he could have like that strength, you know.
He does such a great job of just like, you know, like teaching people and everything like that. But man, it's just tough. It's just 2 out of 3, 2 low tier characters, 2 low tier characters. It could be JB or Dual Kevin. The Rashids might come in and just swoop it in and take it.
I think the 4 that I'm looking at right now is Kaba, JB, Dual Kevin, Zaf.
Yeah. I can see that.
Now let's talk about the get in bracket.
The play-in.
I said get in.
Play-in's interesting. I mean, you have strong players that won their qualifiers, right? You got Crimson, Nephew, Shine, Ryukichi's really good. I believe he's a really good Ken player or Luke player from Japan. I think it's Ken. Yeah, I remember because I watched Sankola like talking about Noah the Prodigy with the
Space Boy,
Burnout Luke's.
Burnout Luke. You know, he really created a trend of all the Burnout Luke.
Yes.
Is that I feel like it only works with Luke, with the Burnout style.
It has to.
You know, I don't think Burnout Honda will be running the streets like Burnout Luke will.
It's because like his crouching medium punch is plus on block. Like that's the only reason why it works, because you just burn out into crouch medium punch and your plus and you keep your turn. So I think it's just kind of like that. It's because it becomes a mind game of how many crouch medium punch I can get away with before you press a button. But then there's Zen. I think Zen is like so sick, and especially with all the nerfs from like Luke and JP, like that's gonna be hard to beat Zen with. Like, cause the DJ, I mean, he still gets to play his game pretty much compared to like the other characters. So that's gonna be huge. If I had to choose, I'm gonna put the money on either Noah the Prodigy or Zen.
I think that might be like the top two, huh?
Right? Because I mean Noah, like, even though people make fun of him just being burnt out all day, or he plays like hella like scrubby or like whatever, but his the way he approaches the game, it's very good for Street Fighter 6.
For him to approach that, his reactions also help so much.
Yeah.
That he can like able to play that way. You know, to play that way and have no reactions will not work.
That's
but
true.
because he is so sharp at like reacting to every response, it's like, okay, Noah could definitely get away with how he wants to play the game, and it works. Now let's talk about like Mr. Crimson. Like, you know, Mr. Crimson, Street Fighter 5, fantastic player.
Yeah.
Ridiculous,
Yeah.
right? I feel like he's starting really slow in this game, and I feel like mostly it's because, you know, Dawson is not that dominant in a lot of emphasis because he has to deal with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I look at other Dawson players, and I'm like, man, you know, these Dawson players got some really, you know, nice tech. You know, I look at Noah, things like, I mean, not Noah, I look at Zaffarino, things like that. So I'm like, it's really interesting that maybe he's just a slow learner, and maybe it just takes a little bit more time than usual.
Dawson's a bit different. Obviously, he doesn't have a wake up, and you know, his supers aren't the best against like drive impacts and everything that when you're burnt out. And you know, he needs to work harder to dish out the damage, right? He could dish out damage, but it's like such hella read based. Like, it's like, oh, if he jumps here and I need to know he's gonna jump here, that's how I can get the big boy damage. But trying to react to it to do it, it's a tough ask, right?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like he has to always spend level 1.
Yeah,
it has to be like an EX Yoga Flame,
right,
into level 1, right? Like, however you land the EX Yoga Flame, that's how you get your damage.
Yeah,
and like, that's not that hard. That's hard.
It is hard.
That's not that good.
Yeah,
that's not that good.
Agreed. Yeah.
You know?
So it is kind of tough, but I mean, he is world class, and you know, he's beaten so many players, and he has won so many tournaments, and he's been in Capcom Cup so many times that he could pull it off. I mean, this is like, when you know the players that you are going to fight, especially in this like 8-man bracket, you know, it's time to Batman it up, do some research, right?
Yeah.
Prep time.
Yeah.
So I feel like Dawson is so good against characters with prep time. So yeah, I guess we'll see. I do think like,
how many bad matchups do you have here? I know DJ's one.
Yeah, DJ. I mean, Shine could run over him, to be honest, with Kimberly.
Yeah.
So that could be a thing.
Jury.
Jury.
What about Jury?
I think Jury, Dawson, like, I mean, because when I watch F-Champ play Uma, he cooks Uma every single time. Every tournament, every ICFC, F-Champ beats Uma. And that's the Capcom Cup champion. So I think there's so much footage of that like he just will use that as a reference against Jury. So that's really strong. I mean, Ken versus Dawson, I think it could go either way. Luke, though, I mean, that Crouch Me and Punch, I'm telling you, that Crouch Me and Punch and Spaceborne Noah, those are two Lukes, so that's a problem. So that might be a problem for Dawson, just because Crouch Me and Punch is just so absurd. But I do think Shine might be probably his hardest challenge, though.
Who do you think is gonna win everything?
I always root for my friends first, so like I want Punk to win. And I feel like he's such a great player. You know, he is a little like kind of like stubborn, not using like perfect parry, for example. But it's just hard because obviously Mena is there and everything. Like, everybody there can beat, like, there's someone that's like a hard counter, you know, there.
Right.
So like,
and Mena's the hard counter.
Yeah,
for him.
Mena counters
last
Punk,
time,
right?
Yeah, just because of how Mena's playstyle.
Yeah, his playstyle. Yeah.
I got Punk. I think Punk Mena is gonna be in grand finals, man.
Well, it could be a round 1 match because it's a random seed.
They didn't announce that.
So every Kumite they'll do the bracket live. So you literally will find out who plays who, like on
you pick your bracket.
Like, not you pick your bracket, but it's like names out the hat. So
that's what I mean. Like, you're picking your line.
Yeah, pretty much, right? So it could be Mena Punk first round, or it could be Mena Punk grand final. So it's either, and it's like single elim first to 5, right? Type of thing. Like, it's a set. You play a set.
I think that is so sick.
It's cool. It's great.
And I know you're gonna have so much fun commentating it.
Yeah.
Because I know you love commentating long sets.
I like the adaptation. You know, I want to see what they're gonna adapt.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, you gonna have a blast, bro. I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. He hasn't won like a really big Street Fighter 6 event yet, but he's always like top 3, right? Top 3, top 5, top 8.
Constantly, bro.
Yeah.
Constantly, first, second, third.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes he'll hit like a 5th and here and there, but like he is mostly in that top 3.
Yeah. So.
And I would love for him to get. And honestly, I think this format benefits him so much.
Yeah, I think so. I think it benefits him. I really do think the only person that can beat him in a set is probably Mena, just because he just hates Blanca, bro. Like, he just hates him to the passion. So yeah.
Yeah. And with that being said, man, thank you for coming here. Always, thank you for showing up at Fighting Game Select. Where can they find you, bro?
You can find me, Jwong 3Gs, on all platforms, except for YouTube. YouTube, you just type in Justin Wong, easy peasy. That's lemon squeezy.
Let us know your thoughts, who you guys think is going to win, man. Please leave a like. Please support the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. We'll see you guys on the next episode.